You look like the kid from Up.
Welcome back to another episode of our Socials Project today. Since the end of World War II, if you could follow me, there's been nothing but negatives that has presented itself upon Canada. People may say that maybe another war is the solution, but it's not. Canada is not ready for another world war because of the devastating effects, including the Great War and examples from the World War II and the changes in Canada's working class. Alright guys, now we're going to kick it over to my boy. Over there.
Hello, my name is Trevor Ing the Ragnall. The Great Depression had many devastating effects after the First World War. In the 1920s, most industries in Canada expanded as demand was high. As a result, economy slowed and companies faced overproduction, which also meant the production of more goods than what was sold. Stock market crash also created a loss of a lot of money for many people. As business boomed, companies wanted to expand, and investors purchased stocks thinking that the company will do well. Speculation was also a factor that contributed to the stock market crash, and therefore contributed to the Great Depression. But that was not all. German reparations was also a factor. The US loaned money to many countries to give them opportunities to grow, but they were unable to pay back the loans.
Alright, so now we're going to talk to our boy over here about his opinion on the topic.
Hey guys, it's your boy Parjeet Sathi, back at it again with another science review on why Canada should not go to war. Change in Canada's working class also had many negative effects on Canada, as well that have shown a devastating impact on our citizens. During the 1920s to 30s, many significant events happened that led towards many people losing or quitting their jobs. The post-war recession was one of these big events that put 250,000 people out of jobs because of munition plants shutting down. Inflation also occurred, making many big companies employer benefits. The rise of unions also occurred because of the work conditions declining and the cost of living did not match the amount they were making. By creating unions, they were able to try and make a say in their way, in the way they work was treating them through creating one big union. Winnipeg General Strike was also a negative effect that happened during this time because of the injuries that were displayed and the thought of it being a big communist strike. During the strike, many people were injured and one person was killed as well. Many business leaders thought it was a communist strike, which was why it was also a negative towards the time.
Now we're going to talk to our next visitor for the night about the examples from World War II.
Hi, I'm Manjeet the Man, and by looking at the example of problems that happened when Canada responded to the Second World War, we can simply tell that they were very much not ready to start another World War. Some of the negative effects that happened during the start of the World War II included responses to Jewish refugees. When the refugees came to Canada, they were denied entry, and Canada would not let the SS St. Louis dock, which was filled with hundreds of Jews. And they were forced to travel back to their country, where they were sent to concentration camps. Also, their military was unprepared as they had small manpower, few tanks, no modern artillery, and the Air Force and Navy were so small and outdated with equipment. What was probably the biggest difference from the Great War and the Second World War was the reactions. The reactions from the First World War was that people were cheering and thought of the war as a heroic moment for Canada, and that it would be a short war. But when the Second War came around, people did not cheer because they They picture what happened in the First World War and how bad things got. People are afraid that all these things will happen once again.
By going into another world war risks a second version of Great Depression, even more differences in Canada's working class, and even more examples of the next world war. So now I'd like to give a big thank you to our guest stars.
Manjeet the man! Oh yeah.
Carminder Sandu, go to photo.
Your boy OG? Real butter chicken? Proquefius.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time when we do another social
Oh my
project.
god.
We're going to talk to Pingu about the examples from World War II.
I want Manjeet. Not Pingu. By looking at the example problems that happened when... Wait, I forgot about Manjeet the man.
No, what do I read? Body 1?
Yeah. You can be that. I'll call you a ragdoll expert. Alright, guys. Now we're going to kick it over to my boy. Over there.
Look at this dude.
Okay, gotta put my creeper hat on real quick.
Where's my time?